Jose Peseiro. Now, he played his first game against against Mexico. Now, what do you make of Jose Peseiro? I mean, when it was announced, he came out to put out on his social media. What would you say about his handling of social media? Now, this is what he said. It was his first words. Now, he said, "It is his great pride and joy that I am the coach of one of the greatest football nations in the world. Commanding the Super Eagles start with knowing how to respect history, value it, and be inspired by its roots. Over 200 million Nigerians from all states and ethnicities want the same thing, success. We will work with great ambition so that in the end," this is the catchy part, "so that in the end, we can finally call Nigeria the 4-time African champions."
So
now,
when
strong words from
read that tweet, and this is something I'm going to say that would piss people off. I see the hand of Amaju Pinnick all over that tweet. Like, those are the words that Amaju Pinnick would write. Those are, if you get a calligraphic expert, a writing expert, a mind reader, those are the words that Amaju Pinnick and his handlers would write easily. Because I don't think Jose Peseiro is so good with the English language and the construction and the layer of language that they have to be precept upon precept, were extrapolated, and words were aligned and put in their form. So it's like using Grammarly to correct a badly constructed sentence, right? I don't think the Jose Peseiro that I've listened to could be that good. And even if he wrote it in Portuguese and then a translator translated it in English, it still wouldn't have added up, wouldn't have come out this way. But this is precise, concise, surgical blade, English word put together. This guy was fed.
It was really catchy.
Yes, you understand? But I like it. Gennaro is my friend. It will forever be my friend. I don't care what anybody says. I'm a new generation media person. The old generation always want to blame people, always want to find faults. And I've seen them already saying, "Oh, the wise man bragging that he wants to win the Nations Cup." That's the old generation. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not even going to shit on them or rain on their parade. I belong to the next generation after them, and then you guys belong to the one after the better one than my generation. The truth of the matter is, I would rather have a coach that behaves like Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, than have a coach that behaves very timid like Christian Shuku. So, if a coach comes in and said, "My dream is to win the next Nations Cup," so be it. I'm going to jump on his wing and on his back and support him to win the next Nations Cup. When Stevie Keshi said he was going to win the Nations Cup, everybody said he was stupid because he had only 15, 16 months to put the team together. Put the racked up, the worst team we've ever paraded at the Nations Cup, or went on to win the Nations Cup. We had the best team ever that Nigeria has ever taken to the Africa Cup of Nations in 2000. We didn't win the Nations Cup. So, if this man says, "Oh, my dream is to win the Nations Cup," the comment he put out, fantastic. I love it. I want to see that kind of a coach. I want to see somebody who believes in himself so much and believes in his team so much. And then now the job is to convince these players to believe in the project the way he does. I don't want a coach who sees himself as managing Nigeria. Like, I'm just managing you pending when I get the next big job. But I want to see somebody who sees Nigeria as the ultimate job, as the big job. That's why I'm here. That's the reason why I've not packed my family and left Nigeria. It is actually cheaper and easier to relocate from Nigeria than to stay in Nigeria. I say that to people every day. So if I'm here, I want somebody who will give me hope that sitting here, there'll be joy. And especially in the industry where I'm in. We did qualify for the World Cup. I'm one of the frontline people who started losing. $1 million lost. Just like that. You are aware of it. So if we have a coach now who's going to win us the Nations Cup, oh boy, I'm bubbling. I'm happy. We have great players, talented players. The youngest squad in the world right now is Nigerian squad. We don't have the perfect mix in the midfield. We need to adjust the defense. We have the players, but we need to adjust it. Are we going to let the experience of Leon Balogun go? I think if we do, no problem. But let's get the mix properly. I've come to fall in love with the Super Eagles way more than I used to be when I was a fan of the Super Eagles. Now, I am a part of the team. I've fallen in love with the team so much so that I just pray that we'll have a coach who knows how to harmonize these players very well. Which other team in the world have Victor Osimhen, Taiwo Awoniyi, Kelechi Iheanacho, Terry Murphy, Paul Onuachu, Simi Nwankwo, Siri Desas, and quite a lot of other strikers that we've not mentioned. Which other team in the world have the number of goalkeepers that we have? And a whole lot of others that we can't even remember right now. Maybe we are short in the center of midfield, and also maybe we need to do the juggling properly in the center of defense. But I think we have a good team that we could really sit back and say, yeah, maybe we're lacking in experience here and there, and lacking in leadership here and there. But if they can come together as a group, like we had in 2013, we just might be a team that would win the Nations Cup.
Talking about Peseiro, let me make this clear. A lot of people were saying that this man don't look in comments, this and that. It is not. People were saying because of the Super Eagles, they saw how the fans, did with going onto his social media handles to abuse him and all that. Now let me make this clear. That was how his page has been. Even before it was made official, I've followed Peseiro on Instagram, on Twitter. His comments have always been limited. So it's not because of the Super Eagles, what people are saying, that he limited his comments for people not to go and haul insult at him whenever things go wrong. No, let me just make that clear.
But why would anybody open their page for people to go insult them? I like what he's done. I see.
So that's how it has been. So it's not because of Super Eagles fans and all that. I just need to make that clear.
Even if he did it for Super Eagles fans, Super Eagles don't have fans. That's the truth. Super Eagles don't have fans. Nigerian football does not have football fans. Like I say every day, Nigerians don't like football. Nigerians just like opportunity to vent their anger. Some people said in the US that they didn't go to watch the Super Eagles because they're angry with Buhari. How stupid can that be? Omar Katuba was interviewing somebody and he said he didn't go to watch the Super Eagles because they were angry with Buhari. What dumb shit to say. You are in a country where everything is working well. Focus on that country. If you want to go watch the team, watch the team. Tell the truth. The month has ended. Everybody is paying their bills. You can't afford to leave your job to go and watch the Super Eagles. That's a better way to say it, but that's the kind of lie that people say. So if the man his page is blocked, that's not a big deal. If you want to hear anything from him, the press will interview him, you will get him to talk. It's not going on social media to insult him that will make him a good coach. How many insults he's able to take, it's not what qualifies him as a good coach. So I think I like the fact that his page is blocked from the get-go. So there is no
Twitter comments are limited and all that. But what do you make of, you've listened to interviews, we've listened to what he said post-match, pre-match and all that. What do you make of the man as, attitude-wise, how he's answered questions from pressers? Generally, what do you make of Joseph Peseiro and the way he handles questions and so moving forward?
Portuguese people are the Nigerians of Europe. Nigerians are cocky, loud, arrogant, full of ourselves, which is good in a way, bad in another way. Okay? We are high-headed, we believe in ourselves, we're very confident. It works sometimes when you have substance, and it crashes you when you don't have substance. That I can hold that against you as a person. I love confidence. America, the idea behind the country called America, and then there's substance. Okay, you can't argue against the substance or ground in America. America is the most advanced, most sophisticated, the best country in the world. We can't argue against that. But the average American thrives on one bloodline: confidence. Whether you belong to the Republican or you belong to the Democrat, wherever, blue states or red states, where Americans are confident, and that confidence is so high that they can change the narrative of your life by their own position. They can decide to say, Emmanuel Sebastian, you are not Emmanuel Sebastian, you are Jean Carew, and you start begin to doubt your parents who called you Emmanuel Sebastian. Americans can put something on social media and that will make you doubt your biology. Like, that's how confident they are, that they can manipulate, control anybody, any government, any people. Portuguese people are like that too. In Africa, we're like that. You can't convince in Nigeria, for instance, that any African country is better than Nigeria. No matter the suffering, maybe we'll never get light for 1 year. We have the worst president in the last 7 going to 8 years. We had the terrible economy, but you can't stay convinced in Nigeria. So that's how Portuguese is. So let's talk to Peseiro. Portuguese people, look at them from back in the day. Paulo Bento, Paulo Sousa, Eusebio, Figo, Manuel Costa, Jorge Mendes, Jose Mourinho. Look at all of these guys. The ones that are loud to the very, very top. The ones that are calm are calm. So this guy shows up and tells you, my dream is to win the African Nations Cup. This guy shows up and tells you, I don't care about what you think about my performance at Venezuela. You don't understand the circumstances that led to that performance, so you can't judge me on that. And he doesn't care whether you want to insult him or whether you want to say anything about him. All he says is, give me a chance to run this team and run my rules around this team, and I'll give you a team that you'll be proud of. I like his demeanor. I like his attitude. First off, as a coach or as my leader, I don't like a leader who is insipid, who is timid, who is that word humble. I don't like humble people because I don't believe that anybody should be humble in the first place. I don't like humble people. The word humble is a misconstrued word ever, the most abused language ever. So I don't like it. I like people who are full of themselves, cocky, arrogant. I tell people I'm the most arrogant bastard you'd ever see in this world, and I don't care. So I think I like this coach because he's laying the ground rules. Yeah, he might go to the Nations Cup again. He might not even qualify for the Nations Cup, but I don't care. I like when Muhammad Ali was telling the world as I'm the greatest. Was he the greatest at the time? No. But he said it and everybody believed. That's the attitude you need to get. That's the champion's attitude. You get to a place where you start seeing yourself as that. Especially at the place where we are now. Morals are down. Everybody is sad. The sadness will not even sink in now. When November comes, I will start seeing Ghana play beautiful football in the Nations Cup, in the World Cup, which I hope they will do. I pray they don't fail because they will have me to answer to. And the rest of Africa, the rest of the world are playing the World Cup and we're not there. That's where it will sink in. But until then, we need a coach that will lift our spirit. We need somebody that will cheer us up. Somebody that will bounce us off this low pit that we find ourselves. And I think the attitude of the new coach is good for me.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.